Please like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. What is going on, YouTube? What's going on, family? I hope you guys have been taking care of yourself. I hope you guys have been living a happy, enjoyous life, smiling, laughing, enjoying your time while you do got it down here on planet Earth. Also hope you guys have been leaving people alone that don't need to be bothered. Please leave them people down the road alone. They ain't did nothing to you. And I also hope you've been staying out of the way. Please slide to the side. Let big man through. I definitely need space. Let's get it. So today, we're gonna be jumping back into these crazy fire laws in Massachusetts and what's going on. But today's video is about what's up with Glock in Massachusetts. You ever thought about it? Like, why does now it's becoming that every state is having a problem or issue with Glock, or they don't want you to be able to purchase certain Glocks, man. It's just the stipulations and the rules, they don't make no sense, man, and they're also confusing. So I am jumping into what's up with Glock in Massachusetts. So the big issue with Glock in Massachusetts is that Massachusetts has a weird, very confusing mix of laws and regulations that make mini Glock sales difficult for regular civilians, even though Glocks themselves are legal to own. So let me clarify something. I am not saying that it is an illegal. I am not saying that it is illegal to own a Glock in the state of Massachusetts. But what I am saying is that the difficulties and the confusion and the pre-ban dates of certain Glocks that you can have legally in the state of Massachusetts, because Massachusetts has this weird, infringed, unconstitutional gun roster, which you can only have certain guns because of certain things and certain issues. Behind closed doors is all bullshit. It's all BS. So I would definitely like to go over and clarify the big confusion and the big issue with Glock, so you guys can know what it really is. You know what I'm saying? It's not outright illegal to own a Glock in Massachusetts. You just can't own certain ones if you are a civilian and not law enforcement. That's where it gets, that's where the switchover starts between civilians and actually law enforcement. We are at 2 minutes and 57 seconds into this video on what's up with Glock in Massachusetts. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. Let's get it. So the big issue with Glock in Massachusetts is that Massachusetts has a weird mix of laws and regulations that make mini Glock sales difficult for regular civilians, even though Glock themselves are generally legal to own. Here's the breakdown. Massachusetts has an official approved handgun roster. If you never seen or didn't even know that the state of Massachusetts has that, we do. It has to be on the approved handgun roster. So Glock models do appear on that roster. But Massachusetts also has separate Attorney General consumer protection regulations that many Glock models allegedly do not fully satisfy. So that is the main reason why you cannot have certain Glocks, especially your newer ones like your generational 5s, full handgun, because the dealer can do the switch around with just the frame to satisfy the AG, which stands for Attorney General, if you don't know by now. So let me clarify that up. So Massachusetts has an official approved handgun roster. Glock models do appear on that roster, but Massachusetts also has a separate Attorney General consumer protection regulations that many Glock models allegedly do not fully satisfy. Because of that, many gun shops will not sell brand new post-1998 Glocks to non-law enforcement civilians. Let me clarify and repeat that again in case you're wondering, and I know you may be confused if you're not in tune to the big Glock Massachusetts thing that they always have going on, because Massachusetts is one of those states that has some of the strictest gun laws in the United States of America. So because of that, many mass gun shops will not sell brand new post 1998 Glocks to non-law enforcement civilians. That's why people say things like Glocks are legal in mass, but also you can't buy a new Glock from most dealers. Both statements can be true at the same time. What usually happens in Massachusetts is older pre-ban 1998 Glocks are commonly sold legally through dealers. So pre-ban for Glock, the year that they're most concerned about is pre-1998. So from 1998 on down, not 1998 on up. It's pre. Private transfers between properly licensed Massachusetts residents are another path people discuss. I haven't really got into privately owned and privately sales or anything like that, but I'm just shooting a quick fact on here that there is, I want to say, some type of loophole, and obviously I'm bringing you the information that private transfers between properly licensed Massachusetts residents are another path to owning maybe a newer Glock or a Glock that they may not preferably sell in Massachusetts, because Massachusetts likes to infringe on people's 2A rights. So some FFLs have used frame transfers. I was just talking to a buddy the other day, so I believe that this is where your frame transfer method comes into play, because the AG, the Attorney General, rules focus heavily on completed handguns. So there you go. So yeah, maybe you can change the frame and do something like that. I haven't really got into that personally, but you might want to check that out if you're interested in doing something like that legally and lawfully. And oh yeah, too, I wanted to say too, just because a FFL knows how to switch around and do something to create some type of loophole on your end, ignorance is no part of the law, and there's no excuse of the law. So just I would hope that the FFL knew what he was doing, because at the end of the day, sometimes they overstep what they can really actually do just to make a sell or a dollar, you know what I'm saying? And you may get yourself into a jam. So all I'm asking you, if you are into that type of thing, if you're I'm not even gonna say the FFL, but if you're the buyer, just make sure that your Glock is mass compliant, because like I said, man, if they really want to dig into it and they really want to you know, and the ATF wants to really get involved in it, you know, because of some type of technicality or something they found on a piece of paper or something, you know, you just got to be careful and know what you're doing if you want to do it. You know, it's perfectly legal if you do it right. But I'm gonna just tell you that there's some people out there, they don't really care about whether you go to jail or not. They just want to get the material and make the money. You know what I'm saying? So you do your own framework. Like I always say, I am not an attorney. I am not a lawyer. I'm just giving you education and giving you advice. This is not legal advice. This is just personal advice. So guys, we are into this video at 8 minutes and 50 seconds. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. Let's get it. So today's video will be about what's up with the strange and the weird confusion about Glocks in Massachusetts. Is it illegal or is it not illegal? So it is not illegal to own a Glock in Massachusetts, just as long as it is if it's on an approved roster that the Attorney General approves for the sale and the handling of Glocks in Massachusetts. So once again, it is not illegal to own a Glock in Massachusetts. You just cannot purchase a new one because of these stipulations. So law enforcement officers generally have broader access to newer Glock models. A lot of gun owners in Massachusetts see the system as confusing, which it is. It's very, very much confusing. And not only that, it infringes, and it's not only is it confusing, it's unconstitutional. It's a fucking handgun. Like, how much can you really? And they even had to go so much. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but I'm gonna be bringing you up to date. Hopefully you heard it here first on Still's View, that Glock had to change up their whole roster of handguns and do them all over, just because we got these states that that heavily use and attach switches on the back of their Glocks. So with the new Glocks, and why they had to change them and why they did, is one, because a lot of states were starting to ban Glocks outright, and just like the state of Connecticut, they just totally blocked all Glocks. You know what I'm saying? But and it's crazy because they changed around their whole system, because the generational Glock 6 and up, you cannot attach a attach a switch to them. So that's another thing. I don't know if you guys were up on that. So a lot of guns owned in Massachusetts see the system as confusing because the gun can't appear on the state roster. The gun can be lawful to possess, but a dealer still may refuse or be unable to sell it due to the AG regulations. That's what I'm saying, and this is why I do these videos, because Massachusetts is one of those states where everything is so heavily regulated, and you know what I'm saying, and it's just crazy that you can't even own a firearm that you really want to own, because they have these stipulations, and one, it infringes, and two, it's unconstitutional. So the practical results is owning a Glock in Massachusetts is legal if you have the proper license to carry, and which we call out here in the state of Massachusetts an LTC. On certain different states they call it CCW and all this other stuff, but here in Massachusetts it's licensed to carry. And follow magazine carry laws. So owning a Glock in Massachusetts is illegal if you have the proper LTC and follow magazine carry laws, which we also do have a magazine, which we have a mag restriction, which we only can hold legally 10 rounds in a magazine. That's just the state law out here. It's another infringement. It's another unconstitutional thing that they do down here. It's funny because all of these state laws, they trump, they go over the heads of federal law, which is just, that makes law even more confusing. You know what I'm saying? It's all confusing, and it's meant to trip you up. So buying certain newer Glock models from a dealer is where the restriction and confusion start. Definitely, hopefully this video has bring you some insight on what the deal is and why it's so confusion on Glocks, and people say this and people say that. This information that I brought to you, these are just facts and information that I went out here to find for you guys. Do your own research. Consult a firearms lawyer or someone that has a license in law, or an attorney that can help you out. Do not take what I say as perfect advice. You definitely have to do your own research and know what you're doing when you're getting into changing things on firearms legally, or accepting or buying or purchasing lawful Glocks in Massachusetts. Do your own research, and I hope this video has educated you guys. I hope you guys got something out of this video and also enjoy it. Also, I'm going to need you guys to put in the comment section if you have had your Glocks changed out so that they may be able to be compliant. What kind of Glock you had changed out to be compliant with the Attorney General's regulations on the handgun roster, and your favorite. Also, too, I want to know your favorite Glock to carry. A lot of people go with the 19s and stuff like that. It's your preference, and whatever you like. But I definitely want to hear your opinion and your voice and your comments on what you think about how strict Massachusetts is with Glock, and how all of these cities and towns, they're coming down on Glock, you know what I'm saying, just because of certain issues and stuff like that. So with that being said, please like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. This is Still's View signing off. Peace. I'm out.